Hey guys, it's your M.K.S here, back with part 3 of my plans for September and possibly beyond. Hope you checked out parts 1 and 2 and enjoyed them. If not, please check them out, and I hope you will enjoy them. And I appreciate your views and sharing the video and general support. Please consider give video a like and leaving any comments that you can. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate your support. So I hope you enjoy this video of my plans. I hope it doesn't sound too narcissistic of me talking about my plans, but a lot of my plans are to help other people and to do stuff for charity. So so I don't want to waffle too much for the intro, so I'm going to try and crack on the list. But again, I hope you check out parts 1 and 2, and this is a follow on from those. So as ever, as I say, please do share the video and like and comment and leave any support you can, even encouraging messages or questions or anything else you want to comment as well. So I appreciate all your support. Please see it as a belated birthday gift or something like that. So here goes. So as I say, continuing on from parts 1 and 2, number 21, I would love to look at any unfinished business that I haven't worked on, anything that I've wanted to work on but I didn't quite manage to work on, and hopefully find out a way to work on those things. Maybe look at like videos I've covered and think of anything that I've forgotten to cover, or videos that I would like to do. Like I think I did some videos like part 1, but I didn't get around to part 2 or 3, or sometimes I probably either because I forgot or whatever, I needed to think of my ideas again. So there's probably some unfinished business to work on. Like I say, I think I did a video talking about my suggestions about keeping fit, and I only completed part 1, and then I didn't manage to get around to part 2 and 3. And I'd also love to talk about things like the Windrush generation and my ideas for them in list videos like this, perhaps, as well as some just general thoughts which are non-list form. But anyway, so that sort of thing, unfinished business, and any ideas, I say, that I can remember that I haven't worked on. Hopefully my memory will improve somehow by some miracle. Maybe someone could recommend some brain training exercises to refresh memory or things like that. Number 22, again, I'd love to look into what I can change or do differently in the future, or any new or exciting things I can work on, and how I can be more energetic and do more training at the gym, more writing, more work, and that sort of thing, and work on my plans more. And again, like think of new videos I could cover, like different topics or things like that, new things I could learn and do. Excuse me. And for instance, like talk about my habits and patterns and how different numbers remind me of different things, and things like that. So anyway, I hope you'll look out for those and enjoy them. And again, I appreciate your support as ever. And number 23, I would love to do fundraising for different things, such as what I've mentioned as what I've called the 6 in the past. It started with 4 groups, but I've expanded to sort of 6. But that's basically Indigenous people or people of colour, generally perhaps across Australasia, Africa, the Americas, and Asia, and also Ireland, and also Indigenous people. And because they were colonised basically as an anti-imperialist, I'd love to fundraise for them and look at ways to bring investment into those communities or countries, and also Latin America as well, as a colonised or developing countries, colonised and stroke or developing countries, pretty much both of those, which often are the same thing. But I would love to look into ways to fundraise for those, and like talk about groups I would love to support, like homeless people around the world, or the poorest people around the world, and animal rights, and protection and rights of children and human rights and things like that. So I'd love to work on those sorts of projects and support disabled and generally disadvantaged people, as well as animals, and looking after nature and things like that. And also fundraising for Italian football, as I often say, and Celtic, from a more biased point of view, especially Italian football, even though it's not always the most ethical, as I say. So fundraising ideas, who I'd love to fundraise for and how I'd love to fundraise for them and things like that. And again, as ever, I'd love to hear your suggestions on those things and how I could be as helpful and positive and loving as possible, and that sort of thing. Have sympathy and empathy, happiness for all living things, and that sort of thing. Sorry, that's a bit corny, I know, but it's one of my dreams. So from a less selfish point of view. Number 24, again, helping colonized countries or developing countries. One point I forgot to mention again is in August, as it was my birth month, I did plan to do some to learn how to speak, to do some stuff to do with raising awareness of dyslexia and conditions like that, related conditions like autism and A.D.H.D across Africa and Asia and Ireland and places like that. But I didn't quite get around to it or plan for it or whatever. So even in August, I wasn't the most motivated, unfortunately. But yeah, I did want to arrange some sort of Zoom stuff, but maybe that could be done in October, which is Dyslexia Awareness Month anyway. But I hope to discuss with my friends from Africa and Asia and dyslexia organizations like Dyslexia Organization Kenya, Dyslexia Association of Singapore, as well as Malaysia, India, Indonesia, and all over Asia and Africa and Ireland as well, like how they can collaborate and work together and how we can raise awareness and talk to politicians in Africa and Asia, again, in Ireland, places like that, again, colonized countries or developing countries, about how dyslexia is a different strength. We have different strengths, so we might not be the best academically, but we can help their economies in different ways. And number 25, as I've often mentioned in the past, I'd love to support republics as well. That's another group I would love to support, but maybe talk about different groups I would love to support and things like that. So again, republics would be one of those groups, and how to help them to network together with other republics and things like that. Number 26, again, I'd love to network with other people who are anti-imperialists to talk about how we can support countries that are colonized and or developing countries, developing nations, and that sort of thing. Number 27, I'd love to look at how to talk about rewarding people who talk about rewards and why I think it's important to reward people who do good things or help others, such as myself or others as well, not just myself from a selfish point of view, but people who are helpful and that sort of thing, trying to focus on those positives and positive people and how to reward them and that sort of thing, and why I think that's important to encourage positive behavior, if you like. Number 28, again, I hope to look into ways to make the world a better place and share ideas and network to spread peace, love, joy, and hope, happiness, and that sort of thing, positive things generally. Number 29, I hope to build like a team, like the M.K.S team, that will look at how to make the world a better place and share things as a network, to look into ways to share goals about making the world a better place and that sort of thing. And number 30, again, hope to come up with new ideas and see what I can do to be as positive as possible. And as ever, I'd love to hear your feedback, and I'm out. Peace and love.